Hendra's choice of subject matter is mainly the Indonesian people in scenes of work and play, celebration and struggle, life and death. This comes from his love for the beauty and strength of his country and its people. He paid careful attention to the simplest interactions of people around him, from the women bathing at the springs to the durian sellers at the market, social gatherings at cultural festivals to hideouts in war zones. His genuine passion for the people is seen in his treatment, robust and animated figures treated with equal amounts of truthfulness and stylized exaggeration, and the lively batik patterns that adorn these figures, reflecting the beauty in the banal and the ordinary, in the struggles of the poor and of his countrymen for freedom. Hendra's world may be seen as divided into contrasting realms of male and female spheres, where the men are the fighters and the revolutionaries, while the women are maintainers of life and nature. Women are depicted to be at work and at play, dancers, musicians, active, strong, nurturing, and beautiful. They are metaphors of the land and the nation. In some works, he painted himself and his family, a nod to his moments of contemplation and a sense of loneliness and longing for family reunion when he was in prison. Hendra paints to show his concern about the realities of life for the ordinary Indonesian people and their desire to be free from the clutches of colonial power who saw them as lazy natives. He strongly believes that art must be dedicated to the people, be inspired by them, and also be understood by them. This is why he depicted guerrilla soldiers who endured the harsh conditions of the revolution and the natives who kept living regardless of the hardship in their daily lives. In other words, he used art as a medium for voicing the people's aspirations for themselves, their families, and their country, and a platform to monumentalize them. Hendra also wanted to depict the true reality of his people and their relationship with the country. As in classical Chinese paintings, Hendra does not deliberately focus on certain subject matters, such as women or beggars. Instead, he placed these figures in the context of the environment that they are in, drawing attention to the relationship between man and environment, countrymen and their country. He portrayed these people who are close to the land and live on it in a sustainable way, without upsetting the organic order of things. He wanted to celebrate them as they are, rather than showing their superiority over the lands like Western art. Indonesia had been colonized by the Dutch since the 1600s, resulting in deep resentment amongst the native people due to oppressive rule and racial discrimination. World War II was a turning point for the Indonesians. They were given some power to rule the country under the jurisdiction of the Japanese forces who defeated the Dutch, giving them confidence to running the country without colonial rule. After the war, the Indonesian National Revolution broke out between Indonesia and the Dutch Empire in an attempt to fight for the country's independence. Hendra fought with the guerrilla fighters and painted anti-Dutch posters in an effort to rally the people. In 1949, Indonesia's independence was recognized. Sadly, Hendra was identified to be part of the Indonesian Communist Party, who attempted to stage a coup against the government in 1965. Even though he was part of the cultural arm of the party, Hendra never propagated communist ideals. Nevertheless, he was jailed for 13 years. When he was released, he struggled in life as he had to bear the stigma of being part of the party. Hendra was influenced by many things. One of them was wayang kulit, or shadow puppets, and Javanese mask, a true reflection of Indonesian culture. These crafts are popular amongst the people as they narrate cultural and religious lore while serving to entertain as well. Watching them is also a communal activity, a subject matter that Hendra loves. This influence can be seen in the way he treated his figures as he narrated stories of the everyday in his paintings. Elongated limbs, unnaturalistic skin tone, and heads depicted in profile, similar to the puppets themselves. Hendra was also influenced by other art styles, such as Expressionism and Fauvism, whose expressive colors and distorted figures aim to express the mood of the scene. He was also influenced by Afandi, another Indonesian artist known for his use of bright, contrasting colors, fluid lines, and dreamlike qualities that reflect the artist's love for the beauty in his chosen subject matter. Hendra's choice of subject matter is influenced by his love for nature, which he found to be an infinite fountain of inspiration, and beggars, whom he had a deep respect for, especially when he lived with one who was very supportive of him in becoming an artist. Hendra always sketched anything that moves him with a pencil, crayon, or pen before transferring them onto canvas. He would create his compositions by referring to these sketches and add some fantasy and imagination into them, as he believed that it could have multiple meanings to be given fresh interpretations. He predominantly worked in oil, as he worked in a very expressive manner, and oil gave him the flexibility to do so. This can be seen in his wide variety of brushwork created by jazzy gestures. Some followed the contours of the limbs, while others decorated the scene with flora. Sinuous line movements also added the dazzling energy that he felt from the people. Thick paint was sometimes applied in these strokes, creating rich textures that reflected the diverse traditional batik clothing worn by the Indonesians. The unblended colors also retained Hendra's energy as he applied each dab of paint, allowing viewers to imagine the visceral and dancing movement used to create the painting. These gestures are crucial in helping him to communicate his true feelings for the subject matter, allowing viewers to attain a truthful understanding of how Hendra felt towards them.